All right, gentlemen, so you have gotten a number. Now, what the fuck do you do, right? So let's get into this shit. So here's some ground rules. I want you guys to remember, above all else, you are a man on his purpose, okay? And so you actually have to be busy. You can't be a pizza boy that is working, 10 hours a week and then spending the rest of his time smoking weed, playing video games, drinking beer, doing dumb shit. Like, spend your time doing shit that's real, that works, okay? That actually helps you move forward, that makes you stronger, okay? That is the first thing, is like, just fucking actually be busy. I'm gonna make this fucking blue, right? Actually be busy, all right? That's what you have to do, all right? That's the first thing. And the loser part of your brain, because everyone has loser parts of their brain. Maybe I'll even make a training. Let me know in the group chat if you want me to make a training on like the loser brain. But everyone's loser brain is gonna be like, oh no, but like I am busy. Oh, but I am. Okay, if you were actually busy, always doing the things that would help you move forward, then you would be in the first week of the program getting crazy results. Okay, getting crazy fucking results, because all you would have needed is just a slight shift on, hey, shift these key areas of focus, and you're already doing the right things. So I guarantee you're not doing as much as you think. So you actually have to be busy, okay? Next, let's flip the script, okay? Start sending those texts that make her go, what the fuck, how do I respond to that? We've all gotten texts like that. Usually they're like shit tests or whatever. And Troy's actually gonna break down some examples for you in one of the future trainings. But it's very important that you start thinking, how do I start sending those texts? Those texts that are like, what the hell? Like, how do I even respond to this? You want to start sending those texts, all right? And again, I know I sound like a fucking broken record. I'm a fucking broken record right now, right? But I don't care. You have to put in the work. None of this works if you don't put in the work, all right? If you want to sit around and like trick women into thinking that you're high value, I can tell you to do that, but how has that worked so far? It hasn't worked. It hasn't really worked. And so you need to put in the fucking work. All right. I'll be a broken record all damn day if it gets you results. I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. I care about your fucking results, man. Because my program and my image is tied to that too. So like, I want you to get results. I want you to give me an amazing testimonial at the end of this. And so long-term success is literally the only thing you can't shortcut. Okay. So gym, money, true confidence, all that stuff, you can't shortcut it. All right. We're telling you a few things you can do to shortcut a few of the results, but at the end of the day, you can't shortcut the long-term results, okay? So don't shortcut it now, because right now you have the most support you will ever have. Even if you join the mastermind, you have the most support you'll ever have when you first join, because it's exciting, it's new, people are more likely to help like the new guy, right? So right now you have the most support you'll ever have. And so it makes sense to go down the hardest path with the most support, okay? And I really, really mean that. You really need to dial into that, okay? So let's get into it. So texting with a purpose, okay? Here's what you're texting for. You're texting to have fun with her and banter, okay? You're making sure she lives up to your standards, like you're actually teasing her and saying like if she can banter with you, if she's fun, right? And then you're also texting to set a date and make plans, okay? A lot of you guys, and this goes for your approaches as well, lack a purpose when I'm not talking about like big purpose, like your big mission or whatever. I literally mean a lot of you guys just lack an intent. Like you just don't have an intention for going up and talking to this girl. And so what I need you to start doing is like, start having a clear intent, start having a clear intention when you are talking to the girl, and make that, and that will be clear in your communication, in your texts. Like it sounds so wishy-washy, but literally just have like, when you sit down to text the girl, I'll be like, okay, the purpose is this. And that'll be a really boring, tedious process every time you send a text, but eventually you'll get good enough at it where you just kind of naturally, it'll become a habit, okay, to just know the intention before. Because if you don't have an intent, you might as well just not text, okay? So here's what you're not texting to do. And some of you guys that are like very hooked on the intimacy and like really want just all the crazy intimacy shit, a lot of you guys, or some of you at least, will probably be like, oh no, but I do want that. I do want this. A lot of the stuff like getting naked pictures, talking sexy with her, and sending her kissy faces and good morning texts, this is stuff that she will do to you if you're the right guy, okay? She will just naturally do that to you. I've had girls send me naked pictures like after the first date and stuff. Just like it happens to you. But like you have shit to do, dude. Like you can't just be like up at midnight texting to get naked pictures. Like, what does that say about you? What are you telling yourself that like your time is so invaluable or so unvaluable, so worthless that you can stay up at 11 p.m. from 11 p.m. to midnight and miss an hour and a half of sleep the next day so you can get some naked pictures that you could just look up online anyway, okay? Which you also shouldn't really be doing, right? There's no point in doing that. It just makes you weaker. And so I want you to really just keep that in mind. You need to start texting like a highly effective man, okay? That's ultimately what you're doing, right? And so this is going to be very, very quick, all right? I'm going to talk about the first message. I'm going to talk about some of, basically everything you need to know leading up. There's kind of 3 main stages to texting. And so I'm going to talk about the first message, right? The first text is easy. I always send something like Tim, or it's Tim. Nice, like, it's Tim, you seemed cool. It's Tim, you seemed interesting. It's Tim, you seemed cute. Or something like that. Like a lot of guys will be like, it's Jason. I feel like I don't know how I feel about you, blah, 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 right? And it's just like, bro, just chill out. Like, you should have done a lot of the work in the interaction. You should know she's into you, so just chill. Like, you're just trying to build some mystery here. There's no reason to not build any level of mystery with this girl, okay? It's very important that you actually, like, just embrace that and start realizing that, okay, it's on me to build some mystery with this girl, okay? So wait until you're actually free. If you're busy and you got, her number at a coffee shop and you have to get into like a 4-hour work block, don't text until you're done with that work block. I know it's going to be tempting, but it's a really, really good practice to just practice your discipline. Like, practicing discipline is still so fucking important. And if you're not practicing it every single day, like, you'll just get worse. You'll get less disciplined and you'll lose respect of women over time as you lose that. And so don't do anything fancy, right? She likes you. She likes you and you know it, right? It's good shit. Okay, that's all you need to know. And so just wait until you're actually free, and then maybe you can say something funny, but it can be boring too, right? Like, it's Tim, you have cute energy, right? This is like really good because it gives her time to like interpret. It lets her think. It lets her be like, oh, I have cute energy. What? Or you have fun energy, or you have interesting energy. Or like I've sent a text like, you have very sweet little girl energy. Some shit like that, right? And it's just one of those things where like, I just say that. I just stop. There's no reason to go any further. So now, after the first message, this is all you have to do. Just build some comfort, get to know you stuff, okay? Don't go crazy with comfort. This is not 20 questions. This is not, hey, how was your day? This is not, hey, do you like good morning texts? I can send you a good morning text if you want, like all that shit. This is not time for that. This is not time for that. It is time for her to go, oh, yeah, it was nice meeting you too. How'd your day go? Went well. Got back from the gym, about to meet up with some friends for dinner. Just like tell her your life because you have shit going on, right? I'm not lying about this. Like, this is actually what you have going on. And then what's your crazy ass up to? Boom, already flirting, right? You can always ask questions like boring get to know you talk, like just comfort building shit. Like, what's your crazy ass up to? You can ask that with some fun, with some banter, right? Keep the boring shit low and the banter high. This will take practice, but just always try to spin and without adding like a ton of sentences. Like, I'm not telling you to add like 12 sentences, like add 3 paragraphs to every text because you need to add all the context and set up like a really good joke. I'm literally just telling you to like use some more fun language. Like, what's your crazy ass up to? You seem a little crazy. What'd you get up to? Right? I feel like you'd be up to some crazy shit. What'd you do? What trouble did you cause today? Right? Just asking her, right? Why would she like there's no point in wasting your time doing boring shit, which would be like texting her random shit that you don't actually care about. Like, let's be honest, man. You don't fucking care about what she did with her day. You care about having fun with her and talking to her. Maybe you do care a little bit about what she did with her day, but you don't want to have fucking fun when you're doing it, okay? So drop the act, drop the bullshit, and just realize, like, dude, you're there for a reason. I'm here to like get to know you a little bit, but like, honestly, I think you're kind of crazy and I'm not sure about you. And I just want to have some fun with you. Let's see if we can have some fun talking together, right? There's always opportunity to flirt. It just takes time to spot it, right? So there is always opportunity to flirt. I just want to make that super clear. I'm going to make this fucking pink because fun, it's love, right? But there's always opportunity to flirt, man. You always have time. You always have chances to flirt, okay? So this is like the comfort phase. Now we can move into the banter phase. Okay, so you want to transition out of comfort like really quickly. And if she asks you questions, you can just always try to practice answering in interesting ways and then ask her in a fun way as well, right? Like, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a consultant and I do XYZ. Let me guess, you're a librarian. Or let me guess, you're a sexy librarian. Let me guess, you're a blah, blah, blah. Like, you can just banter, right? That's all you have to do. And then you can get feedback from us. This is the key, and this is why you want to be on the coaching calls. You can get feedback from us, and we can actually answer your questions and like help you out. Okay? That's actually like probably the most important thing, is just like be there for us to answer questions. Okay? So now we get into the banter section. These are some banter keywords you can hold on to, okay? Words like crazy, she's into you and you know it, that type of thing. She's never serious. You just like laugh at things she says, like haha. When she gives you a shit test, yeah, it's funny, right? She likes you and you know it. That is the overall idea. Okay? So you should be cocky and get shit tested. The whole point is to get shit tested. And we have a whole training on how to pass shit tests over text because it's very, very important. Okay? But I'm going to tell you a little bit how to pass it here. I'm not going to give you the full explanation because I don't want this training to be a fucking hour. Okay? So be cocky and just get shit tested. All right? You're a guy that goes for what he wants. And I don't want you to be apologizing for that. There is no reason to apologize. Okay, you can always calibrate. Don't be an idiot. Don't be blind. All right? But go for what you want unapologetically. And if she actually is upset, then you can just be like, hey, sorry, I'm kind of a cocky asshole sometimes. Or like, hey, I was just having fun. Sorry. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But generally, women won't be upset if you just are actually strong and masculine. A lot of times guys try to overcompensate, and that's where you can get feedback from us on the calls, and we can tell you if you're overcompensating, because I'm not going to be afraid to be like, dude, you're overcompensating and you're acting like a little boy. I can tell guys that. I can tell you guys that. It's fine. And no one's going to judge you because everyone's done it. I've done it. All the clients have done it. Everyone else on the call has probably done it. So it's not something to be self-conscious about, okay? So I want you to get shit tested over text. Like you should be. You should be tested over text. And then once you do get shit tested, pass the shit test and just shut the fuck up, okay? We'll have examples on how exactly to do that, but you don't truly pass a shit test over text until you pass it and don't move the conversation forward. Okay, that's the actual way to pass the shit test. It's like passing a shit test in real life and just letting her be silent. Like she said, oh, you're kind of cocky. Yeah, I am. Boom, and you shut the fuck up, right? Instead of like justifying, yeah, I am, but blah, 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 blah. But I feel like it's justified or it's fucking weird. Don't justify, just literally just pass it, okay? Next. Start leading to the date. Now that you're bantering, you're having fun, this is something you can do to start leading to the date. So if you're having fun with her, she's probably down to meet up. And you don't have to do like crazy tactics, especially if you're vibing. So focus on vibing with her first. I know that's not very specific, but you can always get feedback from us on texting. And we have some texting breakdowns later to actually show you examples. But just focus on vibing with her, okay? You don't need to be super smooth with the date. What I would add, especially if you're new, is I would add a FaceTime call. I would just randomly FaceTime her and just flirt with her, okay? Get a vibe going and just mention a potential date, and then you can text her back the next day. Let me check further down. Okay, cool. So here's the thing with the FaceTime call. If you randomly FaceTime her, she probably won't answer, and that's fine. You're FaceTiming her specifically to show her you have the balls to FaceTime her. You have the balls to talk to her, okay? So I want you to get her schedule, tell her when, where, and how to dress, okay? And this is when you're setting up the date. But as far as the FaceTime call, I don't want to get off track too much here. As far as the FaceTime call, just call her and show her that you have the balls, and she'll probably be like, oh, why'd you call me? Well, I wanted to see if you're cool. I wanted to see if we got along. I have to see if we get along, right? Or just, why'd you call me? To see if we get along, right? And that's it. And then she'll be like, oh, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe she'll like have to like put on her makeup, or she'll take 10 minutes. Like, okay, cool, I'll call you in like 10 minutes. She'll make time. You'll be amazed by this, but it'll happen, okay? Now, next, you can get her schedule over text. Once you mention the potential date on the FaceTime call, you can get her schedule like exactly where you know she's free on a time and day, and then you literally tell her, I'm taking you out Thursday at 7 to this place. I will pick you up dressed like this, like literally wear this type of clothes, okay? It's going to turn her on. She's going to be really excited that you're taking the fucking initiative and you're just fucking doing it, okay? You're making the plan. You're making it happen, okay? Next, let's talk a little bit about how to handle flakes. So when she flakes on you, because this is still over text, she might flake on you the day before. She might flake on you 30 minutes before. It's just a test a lot of times. Okay. So just stay cool. It's not a big deal. You learned a lesson at least. Okay. So this is assuming that, if she doesn't actually test you, if she actually doesn't want to hang out, you're learning a lesson, bare minimum. So just stay cool and don't get upset. Like the last thing and the worst thing you can possibly do is get butthurt, or even I don't even like it when guys go oh, well, it's her loss anyway, bro. And they're some guys will talk about that in the group chat, and I can see that. But you want to always look inward at what you could actually do better. What could you have actually done better? And try to learn a lesson from that. And then when she does flake, if she actually does, okay, just tell her you can reach out to see me if you want to. If you actually want to see me, you can reach out. I'm just really busy. Right? You can just completely drop it after that. You should have plenty of volume by now. Okay? If you can't get dates after tons of volume, approaching and stuff, after a few weeks, then ask questions on calls. Get our feedback on the text. Submit your audio. You should have submitted audio by now already. And so we should know exactly kind of how you're interacting with these women. But generally, you should have enough volume to just drop it. And a lot of times, honestly, when you tell a girl, okay, well, not to be an asshole, but I'm really busy. And so if you want to see me, this will be the last chance unless you reach back out and make plans, right? Or this would be the last chance unless, until you reach back out. It's now or, you'll have to reach out to me. And if you make that clear, a lot of times girls will be like, okay, cool. Actually, well, I'm just running a little late. Could I be ready in an hour? And it'll be fine. Okay. So that is how you text after you get a number.